AR 100 million bribe. Not to free a criminal, but to bury karma. You're about to uncover the explosive allegations tying a top judge to one of South Africa's most shocking murder cases, and how a bribe might have rewritten the course of justice. But the real twist: karma doesn't take bribes. If justice could be bought, who would be untouchable in your country? Let us know in the comments. Your voice matters. What started as a routine night ended in a gunshot that split the nation. Senzo Meyiwa's death still haunts South Africa like a wound that won't close. The past never sleeps, especially when it's left unpunished. This wasn't just a murder. It became a movement. Judge Ratha was considered impartial, until whispers started swirling. Why was a relatively low-profile judge now at the center of national suspicion? Power hides behind silence. Corruption thrives in its shadow. This isn't just poor optics, it's institutional betrayal. Anonymous reports surfaced. Judge Ratha allegedly accepted $100 million to twist the scales. That's more than 5 times the president's salary for life. Bribery at that scale doesn't just protect, it silences. Justice with a price tag is no justice at all. From adored singer to public pariah, Kelly's image took a sharp turn. The real question: is she a scapegoat or shielded by power? When fame collides with death, truth becomes negotiable. Her silence fuels louder suspicions. One courtroom mic, left on. One whispered name, Kelly. What was meant to be a quiet adjournment became a national leak. Accidents expose more than intention ever could. Someone was protecting her, and someone was paid. While ordinary suspects rot awaiting trial, celebrities get VIP handling. Compare Senzo's stagnant justice with the speed of celebrity bail hearings. There's law, and then there's privilege, dressed as procedure. Public faith dies one double standard at a time. Several SAPS officers have quietly admitted evidence vanished from lockers. DNA kits unprocessed. CCTV lost. Chain of custody broken. Corruption thrives where oversight dies. And the system was leaking from within. You don't hand over that kind of money in cash. It moves through shell firms. A recent offshore audit traced millions to a Dubai entity linked to Khumalo's team. Money talks. It whispers, too. And its trail smells like cover-up. The Meyiwas haven't just mourned, they've battled gaslighting and delays. They want us to forget, said Senzo's brother Tholakil, eyes wet. A family's pain doesn't expire after headlines fade. The truth isn't just owed, it's overdue. If you believe justice delayed is justice denied, hit that like button and subscribe for more unfiltered truths. We tell the stories they want you to forget. An early autopsy contradicts later statements, and then disappears. One pathologist resigned. Another was mysteriously reassigned. Truth doesn't vanish unless someone wants it gone. What else has been buried? A junior court clerk risked everything to release classified notes. She alleged pressure from above to edit judges' summary findings. Sometimes heroes wear no capes, just ID cards. She disappeared 2 weeks later. Her lawyers are rumored to be paid by someone not on record. An untraceable legal defense fund? Or a hush payment network? Transparency doesn't fear questions. This defense is wrapped in fog. On Twitter, the top trend was, Senzo will speak. South Africans aren't just angry, they're spiritually enraged. Karma's courtroom never adjourns. And it doesn't need judicial permission. There are whispers of a network shielding elites, musicians, judges, politicians. They call themselves the table. Power is rarely solo. It's systemic. And it has deep pockets. Recent buzz suggests a task force is reviewing the case again. But many believe it's to pacify the public, not pursue truth. Lip service doesn't substitute legal justice. And this nation is watching. Major stations delayed stories. Journalists received gag threats. Even headlines were sanitized to blur names. A censored press equals an uninformed public. They tried to freeze the flame. He wasn't just a soccer hero. He symbolized hope in townships. His murder didn't just take a man, it shook a generation. Justice for Senzo is justice for South Africa. Despite mounting evidence, Ratha walks free, unshaken, protected. No inquiry. No audit. No consequences. But immunity isn't eternal. Every cover-up has an expiration date. The deeper you dig into this case, the clearer the pattern becomes. Money protects, silence empowers, and corruption festers where truth is priced. But the public is watching now. And pressure changes everything. It was supposed to be a normal evening. Laughter, music, and familiar faces. But on the night of October 26, 2014, gunfire shattered everything. Senzo Meyiwa, the beloved captain of Bafana Bafana, was gunned down in what was initially framed as a botched robbery at Kelly Khumalo's home. That narrative, however, never sat right. 9 years later, it's no longer just a case file. It's a national scar. His death wasn't just a tragedy. It was the beginning of a story riddled with lies, cover-ups, and corrupted justice. From the moment Senzo fell, South Africa knew something wasn't right. The inconsistencies. The delays. The half-truths. People don't forget murder. They remember silence. What began as a singular loss has since evolved into a decade-long battle against a system many say was never built for truth. Takeaway: every time justice is delayed, trust in the system dies a little more. Don't forget that. Judge Ratha wasn't a household name until he became the most whispered-about figure in South Africa's justice system. With years on the bench and a clean file, his name carried a kind of quiet authority. But quiet men sometimes carry the darkest secrets. Reports of judicial interference, secret meetings, and case manipulation began to surface as Senzo's trial dragged endlessly. Then came the shock. Ratha allegedly accepted R100 million to slow-walk justice for Khumalo. A judge's pen can free the guilty and bury the truth. When power hides behind a robe, it becomes more dangerous than the criminal. 100 million rand. That's not a bribe, that's a hostile takeover of justice. The kind of money that doesn't just make someone look the other way, it makes them rewrite reality. Allegations from multiple sources claim that Judge Ratha received this sum from unnamed intermediaries connected to Kelly Khumalo's legal inner circle. But this wasn't a briefcase exchange under a bridge. This was orchestrated, layered through shell companies, trust accounts, and offshore entities in Mauritius and Dubai. Two truths stood out: Ratha's lifestyle changed overnight, and the case against Khumalo started crumbling just as fast. Money doesn't speak. It shouts, in silence. Takeaway: when justice comes with a price tag, everyone ends up bankrupt, morally and nationally. Once crowned a voice of the nation, Kelly Khumalo's voice now echoes in courtrooms and headlines. In the aftermath of Senzo's murder, she called for justice. But over time, her role changed, from grieving partner to possible witness, and then, suspected protector of secrets. Public sympathy turned to suspicion. The interviews grew vaguer. Her legal team grew bigger. And her silence grew louder. Fame can shelter or spotlight. In Kelly's case, it seems to do both. You can't play innocent and untouchable at the same time. The court of public opinion might not convict, but it never forgets. It was just another adjournment, or so everyone thought. But a forgotten live courtroom microphone picked up something.